Good morning. My name is Jay Rosenthal, and I'm the Managing Director of Business of Cannabis. Welcome to the Cannabis Daily Show for Thursday, March 10th, 2022. Since 2017, we've highlighted the companies, brands, people, and trends driving the cannabis industry. We'd love to hear from you in the comments, and always feel free to visit us at businessofcannabis.com, as well as through all of our social channels, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please do smash the subscribe button. Tonight, we will be in Brooklyn for our Business of Cannabis New York sessions. An important note, if you are planning on coming or you haven't yet registered, note that we have changed the location. We are no longer at the Williamsburg Hotel. We'll actually be at the William Vale, which is just down the street. It's about 150 yards away. The program, the speakers, the partners, all of them are the same. The location has shifted. There are still some spots available, so please do subscribe. There is a description below on how to get into that event. Then on March 30th, we'll be online for our monthly retail series, which is presented by Leafly and Vitrina Group. We'll be talking about how to prepare your cannabis store for 420. And we'll be back in New York in September for 2 days for Business of Cannabis New York. You can find all the information below. For today's stories, New York is walking the cannabis walk. Safe banking, again, unfortunately, has not passed. And partying in Alberta. And finally, say goodbye to canopy. For our first story, New York is walking the cannabis walk. New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced a retail plan for New York that would ensure people with cannabis convictions have first dibs the state's forthcoming licenses. This, according to the New York Times. The initiative is designed to right some of the wrongs of the war on drugs. Here are some of the details, and we'll talk more about it tonight in Brooklyn. Applicants can have cannabis convictions on their record or be the family member of someone with convictions. The proposed $200 million budget would go towards securing storefronts for successful applicants. Chris Alexander, the executive director of the Office of Cannabis Management, said an estimated 100 to 200 retail licenses will be reserved for community members disproportionately affected by prohibition. And applicants will also be evaluated on business plans and experience. Find out more about this tonight in Brooklyn with us, but also more on our website. Safe banking in DC. Well, cannabis isn't safe in DC right now. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the Safe Banking Act language, led by sponsor Representative Ed Perlmutter, a Democrat from Colorado, tried to have it included again in an omnibus package for the 2022 fiscal year, but did not make the cut. This, according to the latest draft of the bill. At a House Committee Rules meeting yesterday, Representative Perlmutter reportedly said, smiling, "I appreciate this bill. I hope the next one has safe banking in it." This, according to Marijuana Moment, but likely it won't be with Ed Perlmutter because he is not running for re-election. For our third story, it's a party in Alberta. Alberta festival goers will be able to have cannabis products delivered to them. So it's going to be a great time for festivals in Alberta. After turning over online cannabis sales to private retailers, Alberta will also allow cannabis deliveries to designated areas at festivals and events. This, according to the Calgary Herald. This is a big deal. Alberta has been very willing to have unique and beneficial conversations on this, according to Nathan Meisen. He is the president of Diplomat Consulting and former executive with the cannabis retail giant Fire and Flower. The designated areas will also include consumption zones, although combining cannabis and alcohol will be prohibited at festivals because that has absolutely never happened before. Canopy dealt another blow. Canopy growth has been deleted from the S&P TSX 60 index. After joining in 2019, Canopy growth will no longer be included in this S&P TSX 60 index, which includes some of Canada's largest companies. This, according to Business Daily. Since being added, here's why: Canopy stock has dropped 90%. Its addition to the index in 2019 was a first for any cannabis company. At the time, then CEO Bruce Linton released a statement saying, quote, "First trade on the TSX Venture Exchange on April 4th, 2014. I could not think of a better way to celebrate our 5th anniversary as a publicly traded company than being added to the TSX Large Cap Index." That seems like a long time ago. Those are the stories you're watching today. Join 10,000 others and catch all of these stories and more in our inbox every day at 7 a.m. Eastern with our Cannabis Daily newsletter. And that was episode 44 of the Cannabis Daily Show. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube or wherever you caught the program. Please do subscribe, and we will see you tonight in Brooklyn.